We've looked at the need to be creative as an entrepreneur, in particular because it helps generate ideas and refine them into viable business opportunities. However, you might be thinking, but I'm not creative, and you wouldn't be alone. This is an all too common concern for emerging entrepreneurs, just like you might be. We know that creativity is an important skill for any entrepreneur and forms the basis of inventiveness and innovation. We know that creativity can be learned and improved over time, and that there are creative thinking techniques we can develop. But we can also look back at innovative entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs at Apple, and Elon Musk from Tesla Motors, and Arianna from Huffington Post, and see that creativity was fundamental to their success. So what can we learn from them? Let's start by taking a closer look at the key characteristics of an entrepreneur's creative profile. The first creativity characteristic is that entrepreneurs look beyond the present and imagine future possibilities and innovations. Or they look at present-day situations and imagine an innovative new solution. Entrepreneurs look for untapped markets to introduce a product or service into. They look for new groups of people to sell a product or service to. Entrepreneurs use their creativity skills to make new connections and look at the world differently to see opportunities where others might not. Entrepreneurs also use their creative skills to look for new ways to combine resources to create innovative solutions for a particular market. Now, these resources could include human resources, intangible resources, or physical resources to develop or deliver a new product or service. Another key characteristic of an entrepreneur's creative profile is their openness to take risks and experiment with new ideas in the face of uncertainty. Failure is a significant part of the creative process. It is unlikely that you'll be completely successful on your first go, so the ability to deal with failure and learn from mistakes is imperative if you want to succeed. You can use the learning experience from mistakes to inform your next idea and to fuel your creativity. Entrepreneurs use their creativity skills to generate ideas, evaluate them, including any failures, and then take action with measured risk. Many entrepreneurs value experimentation and iteration when evaluating and developing their opportunities. This is important whether there's been success or failure initially. Entrepreneurs use the creative process to look at their ideas and redevelop, remake, and remodel if necessary, in order to create the best product or service for their business's market. Now, James Dyson, the founder of Dyson vacuum cleaners, has a formula for innovation that he applies in his business, and that is innovation equals creativity plus iterative development. Sometimes the creative process can be difficult to achieve on your own. While many entrepreneurs are independent, who typically like to work autonomously, often implementing your ideas can benefit enormously from working with a team. Entrepreneurial teams can be built to bring together a variety of strengths and experiences, allowing you all to make more connections, experiment more, and evaluate individual ideas quicker. This means you can uncover or create more solutions or one better solution. We'll discuss entrepreneurial teams more in a later week. Let's look now at some individuals famous for their creativity and what we can learn from them. So Elon Musk, co-founder of PayPal, the online payment transaction service, and founder of Tesla Motors, an example of an entrepreneur who looks continually to failure to inform new innovations. He says failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. He believes in the process of refining new ideas, especially with the benefit of a wider team, to uncover a viable opportunity. He also says you want to be extra rigorous about making the best possible thing you can. Find everything that's wrong with it and fix it. Seek negative feedback, particularly from friends. And his most recent business venture successes, including the development of electric cars with Tesla Motors and private space technology with SpaceX, comes from looking at the present and asking a different kind of question. So going from PayPal, I thought, well, what are some of the other problems that are likely to most affect the future of humanity? Not from the perspective, what's the best way to make money? Not only does Elon Musk come up with new and imaginative ideas, but as an engineer and a designer, he's able to bring those ideas to reality, with his team and also by himself. Arianna Huffington, most famous for a launch of the Huffington Post, one of the first wholly online and independent news and blog sites. The Huffington Post took advantage of the growth in access to the internet and the popular blog-style format of information sharing to develop an alternative to physical newspapers. Ariana believes sustainable creativity comes by allowing yourself time to disconnect and then engage with the creative process. She says creating the culture of burnout is opposite to creating a culture of sustainable creativity. She also says we need to accept that we won't always make the right decisions, that we'll screw up royally sometimes. Understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of success. These are just some of the characteristics of the creative profile and how they relate to entrepreneurship. As you can see, there's no one perfect way to be creative, but as there are skills and beliefs that can be learned to help you create your own creative profile and become an entrepreneur of success.